I guess it's not exactly I guess anyways, I'm here to give you guys a movie review, which is one of the most controversial films I've ever seen in such a really long time. That is this is a movie review, which the movie I just got done finished watching a 2 hour movie, 2 hour 2 hour yeah no 2 hour and 39 minute movie. This movie is called Elvis, not Elvis Presley. It's just called Elvis. Now these are just gonna be my honest opinions. These are just gonna be my opinions and stuff like that. Some of you guys may disagree with this. I'm open to open up with disagreeing with some others and stuff like that. As long as you guys as long as you guys are respectful down in the comments below. I ask you guys, I'm not demanding respect or anything like that, but when it comes to something like this, based on the Elvis review with this movie, it can create some things. Some people may get a little upset with that. So I don't want to people to think I'm here to make you guys upset because I'm giving my review of Elvis, because I definitely do know that a lot of people really do like Elvis and stuff like that. So basically, with this Elvis of this movie, I was kind of conflicted or not, like if this movie was going to be good or not, and I really was not like conflicted, like if it really was going to be that good or anything, because I was just kind of like wondering, like is this movie is going to be like, like the telling of Elvis and stuff like that. Now the first part of the ending is stuff like that, which I really did not like, because basically going into the movie, because we all know what happened to Elvis. We all know that Elvis passed away. He died, especially the Colonel, which I definitely do want to get into that here in a few minutes. But it's just that like basically what he stood for, basically what he did, and stuff like that. Basically in the movie, like I said, I didn't want to be. It's kind of like a spoiler. It's kind of like that, but they really did not go in depth. Basically what he did and stuff. And stuff. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is Elvis as a child. Elvis as a child is that he doesn't really know a whole lot about music and stuff like that. But then he was drawn into some kind of music that he was not drawn into, based on what his life was basically. Mostly some people may think, like, that he really was and stuff like that. And the one thing is that he saw this revival church thing or something like that, where they were, I mean, really good singers. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who the people really actually are, but it was basically for them, because even though when Elvis saw the revival, basically church revival was basically going on, because Elvis was like so intrigued by seeing what's basically really is going on. I wanted to say this also as well too. I wanted to make this very very clear, and because this is just my opinion, because I really don't think Elvis really was not meant to steal these ideas from the people that were just doing that basically what they're just doing. But even though it was kind of like a Jim Morale or something like that, or John Morale or something like that, it's kind of like it's something that it's a style that Elvis really actually liked and stuff like that. I mean, we all know Elvis was a Christian or something. We all know that he was raised by his family, especially his mother and stuff like that. That's something I want to make another video. I want to make a video about that here soon, about his mother, because the mother is just absolutely wow. I'm not gonna lie, just wow. I mean, really is. But I will get in here in a little bit and stuff. As I was saying, for Elvis was basically just in the revival and stuff, but he didn't know what really was going on. He didn't know or understand, like, how people worship God or something like that. And even though he got really into it, and he really did, which I guess that's kind of like a good way, I would say. And that's basically kind of like a basic kind of the thing, that what Elvis really wanted to do, that was just basically that he likes basically just doing. I remember, like, during the dinner time when you would see, like, Elvis when he was growing up, and excuse me, and basically when he was growing up, Elvis always had this dance of this rhythm that he has, and basically for what he had right there, it was just like wow. I mean, it seems to me that this rhythm that Elvis really had is just something. It was something very unique. It was just something that he really did like and stuff like that. And one thing I love about Elvis is that the man has very good style for music, stuff like that, and especially the way he dresses, stuff like that. I think pink is his favorite color. I do think so. I'm not really sure if that really is true or not. But even though I can't remember the suit because because I was watching the movie. I think he wore a pink suit. I think it looks really good on him. It really does. And I was just kind of like surprised. It was just kind of like surprised, like the guy wearing pink and stuff like that. And basically, he actually liked that when he was getting ready to perform, But he wants to get his guys, his friends, his family. So and just get him into this rhythm and stuff like that. That really, really, really likes and stuff like that. But there's one other thing, and I definitely want to say this also too, because I think Elvis really do like rhythm music. For what I mean here is that he likes that different kind of music. He likes that different kind of music. He likes that kind of different style because that's something that Elvis really actually do like. But when Elvis went on the stage and started performing, he didn't know really actually what to say. He didn't know like what to do. But even though he got with his buddies, it's just basically like just be yourself and just try to do the best you can. But then that rhythm starts to get into him, and that's what like bam, and that like basically like bam, and you could just tell like this is something I disagree with basically in this movie, basically in this movie, because this is something I think this is not really actually true because some people were saying or whatever it may be. This is I've heard some of the different reviewers. So some people were saying like basically that when he was dancing, he was doing all this and singing and stuff like that. The guy knew how to lit up the stage. I mean, he dominated on that stage, like what he was doing, like dancing and singing. But then all of a sudden, that you see some of the girls were just like freaking out and just like freaking out. It was like a curse was put onto them or something, or hypnotizing these girls to go crazy after this guy. I'm not even joking. These girls just like snapped, just like that, and they fell in love. They fell in love with Elvis. I was like, wow, okay, and that's what basically where it really felt to me. But I really do not like the fact that I just don't think that these girls just like they had a crush on Elvis or anything. I just don't think that really is not true. I think it was just basically that the reaction that basically what he did by dancing and singing and stuff like that. I think that's something what the girls maybe like or something like that. But I don't know if really Elvis was trying to make an impression or not. I really don't. I really don't know if he really was or anything like that. But even though like I said, for Elvis loves music. He does, and he really does. He loves that rhythm of that music. He really does. The man has good taste for music because the reason I'm saying it is basically is because that this kind of style that he liked that would help him make him very successful in basically and in life, and that's what made him what he is like so great back then because he always put on such a great performance out there. He didn't care about his manager. He didn't care about his family, even though he loves his family. But he didn't care about or anything like that. Anything about that. But even though I would say this is that he always put his fans first because he wants to perform. He wants to perform better, for his fans. Because even though he really wanted to, because I wanted to say this also too, because this is like the first time that Elvis has ever been on stage. But even though Elvis basically like he don't know what he's doing, but even though when he got to this whole rhythm, that's something that he really do like, and that's what changed the upscale, and that's why I just do think that these girls they were thinking that, like I said, some people were thinking like he was just like an Elvis curse or something like that. I don't know. That's basically what it feels to me. Basically what it feels to me. I don't think it's not an Elvis curse. I just don't think it really was or anything like that. It's just that the girls were what they saw. That's what they like and stuff like that. Especially how old Elvis really was when he was singing. I think he was like somewhere around 18 or 19 years old or so. Yeah, I really do think so. And that's basically what I'm saying. Now there's another thing I definitely want to talk about is known as Tom Hanks playing as the Colonel. I was quite shocked of Tom Hanks playing as the Colonel. Let me just say this. Tom Hanks plays as the Colonel. Wow. I'm really just blown away. It's just like the man was so cool, so calm, and stuff like that. He doesn't really get angry or anything, but even though he has this like this some kind of way. that he has some kind of way to receive for betray, not necessarily betray, but persuading Elvis to come back on the side and and stuff and so like you can't leave, you can't do this to me or anything like that. But even though the man has like this some monster master plan master plan just to make Elvis to look like a cash cow. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. They made this man, Elvis Presley, to look like a cash cow. Think about that. Think about that. Because even though when the first meeting, is that like, was his first meeting, the colonel was interested on this, because he said like, yeah, we gotta have this guy because we need him because he's gonna help us make a whole lot of money, and that's basically what they did, and that's basically like, wow, okay, so because like especially doing the merchandise and stuff like that. Because even though one thing is that Elvis, that he promised his mother that he would get her a Cadillac. Because I can't remember what the Cadillac cars really actually looks like, but I think it was a very expensive car back then. I think so. I'm not really 100% sure. I could be wrong or something like that. I could be wrong because even though he promised his mother that he would buy this car, but even though when he got along with his manager and stuff like that, you could just tell the colonel was just sucking this guy like a mosquito, everything out of him. It's just like the man is making $100,000 per concert, I guess, maybe millions of dollars. But even though the man was putting his whole thing on Elvis by different connections where he can make big time money. I'm talking about big time money. And that's what the basis of Curl was, just basically just seeing it. Because even though, like I said, for the first meeting between him and Elvis was intrigued, but Elvis just didn't know what to do. But even though this is what the Elvis really wants to do. Now, basically, I definitely do want to talk about the Mutter. Like I said, I'm going to make a separate video on that, separate on that, basically near the future, if I ever do get the time to or not. The mutter is that I don't know if this really actually is true or not. If this mutter was if Elvis Presley mutter was a drunk, I don't know if she really was or a drunk or something like that. I really do not know because I just didn't really I just see why she really actually is and stuff like that. And just give you guys a spoiler, even though she passed away because she was drunk and she couldn't solve her and with that. And even though she took her own life away because I can't remember because I think it was just like some kind of frustration and stuff like that. Because even though that the mother, she couldn't let go of her drinking, she couldn't not let go, she couldn't let go at all. Even though Elvis got very frustrated at his own mother because he told his mother saying like, you need to quit drinking, you need to stop this is something that you really do need to stop. Even though how much many times that Elvis tried to persuade his mother and tried to make his mother happy. But even though the mother, she was just worried. She was just worried about her son because she was worried because that Elvis maybe turned into something that she doesn't want her son to be. Even though that's basically what it seems to be. Even though with the father and stuff like that, because I don't think they did not really do a good job on the father because I think the father was just sound like he's a little weak or something like that. That's what I feel like or something like that because I would expect that his father will have a stronger presence basically in this movie. But even though the mother had the most stronger presence that I see basically in this movie because what she was really actually is doing and stuff, and basically, that's just basically what it just seems like. Now, there's also one thing I really want to say this also too, because since I was like getting all this merchandise and stuff like that, you could just tell the colonel was like saying like you could they have this, they have that. The man was making a lot of money. I'm talking about in Elvis Presley's name. And I don't know how in the world he got all of this stuff because, like, name it, shirts, CDs, different other things, chocolate or whatever maybe it's candy or something like that. This guy wanted to make Elvis a cash cow, and that's what he did. He made that guy a cash cow. But one other thing that really shocked me the most, actually two things that shocked me the most, is basically number one, when the mother saw something that she didn't see, that she did not like, it was it's called one of those pins or something like that. Not pin writing. It's basically one of those pins you put on your shirt and stuff like that, a badge pin or something like that, and it basically says "I hate Elvis." You gotta be joking me, right? You serious? I hate Elvis because I really did not understand it because I didn't understand it because I was like, oh man, would he put something like that, like I hate Elvis. I can't remember like what the criminal actually said, but maybe it was for a very good reason. I really do not know. Maybe it really was or something like that, but it was still shocks me. He put it on Elvis. He put it on Elvis's shirt and just basically, this is what it says. This is what it says. This is what it says. I hate Elvis. I hate Elvis. I mean, I don't understand that. Why? Why? I mean, it's just it makes no sense. I don't think that really wasn't true. I don't think it really was. Why would give a reason to give to have people just to buy this stuff? So like, oh, I hate Elvis. That's just like giving like negative attention. Just basically just saying like, basically like boo or something like that. But even though nobody didn't really did boo or anything like that, and they basically said like, oh yeah, Elvis is really that bad of a person and stuff like that. It just blows my mind. It's just like that pin right there is just on his shirt. I never really actually expected to see something like that basically happen. And it still overwhelms me just to think that was just very shocking from what I just saw. Now the next day, this may seem kind of silly. I do not like this for whatsoever all. It's just basically one of the complaints I do have about this with this movie is that people think that Elvis is evil. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's from a Christian's perspective or something like that. Because I mean, just think about all different other kinds of bands out there. We seen out there, just basically, you know, other different bands out there. That's what I'm just gonna say. Some other different bands out there probably think like, and you have a whole bunch of people just thinking like, oh yeah, they're evil and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if any of that stuff. Okay, I don't want to go too further because in that whole argument and stuff because that's just pointless just for me just to talk about. But it's just something like I said from Elvis' point of view, they think that the man is evil. That's what they really actually think. Because the reason why they think that the man is evil is probably because the way he's dancing and the way that he is dancing. That is Elvis. That's what Elvis really wants to do, even though they really want to do. And basically, I don't think they didn't take him to jail, but they told Elvis that he needs to go into the military, and that's basically what he did. And he got married to Lisa Marie Elvis, which is his daughter. I think his daughter's really still around. I think she really actually is. But so yeah, and so yeah. Anyways, I don't know if there's anything else I'm missing or something like that. I don't think there is really actually is. But even though I think the movie was very, very good, and you see all the different designs and stuff, the outfits that Elvis really wore basically in this movie, and that's basically what I think. And even though what made Elvis much more greater, that he also became an actor also as well too, also as well too. And there's this one thing I definitely want to say here is that one thing I want to say here is that I really do not think that people think Elvis is a guy who's doing drugs. I really don't believe it. Even though his wife, I don't know if she really got divorced with Elvis or not. I really do not know because his wife was just basically she was worried about Elvis saying you need to quit taking all these pills and stuff like that. And you could just see Elvis is just basically he's so addicted to these pills that he doesn't even really don't know really actually what to do. But he was just so worried. He was just so worried in his mind, like, what can I do for the fans? What is going to happen? Because like I said before, it brings all to the colonel. The colonel just doesn't want to let go of the Elvis because every little thing he says, like he basically says that it may seem like it is true because what he's saying to Elvis is that, like, if you decide to split me and you and up, then everything. If you want to go solo, that's on you. That's on you because even though that basically what's his name the colonel gave a letter to Elvis and basically on there I don't know what is actually I think it says like somewhere $8 or $7 million. I do believe that they want to sue Elvis because if he didn't go back with the colonel. But even though the colonel, even though we're the colonel of that guy, um, he got sued. I do believe he got sued. Yeah, because I think it was him and his wife and some of the family members, sued the colonel because of what he did, because of what he did to Elvis and stuff like that, and what caused him to make him to die and stuff like that. Especially just ejecting him and stuff like that with different medications and stuff like that. And that's like I said, I don't know if Elvis's wife did divorce him, but I really do not know. Some people may think, oh yeah, this is Elvis's fault because what he's doing, because what he's doing is just not right. And that's what it basically just seems like. But I really want to say is that I think this movie is okay. It's not the best movie I've ever seen, but I definitely do understand that some people were frustrated because they really say, that these different things really never happened in the film. I don't know. Some people may think that. Some people may think like, that's basically what it actually is. And I never seen that the Elvis movie would just basically get so controversial or something like that. That's just basically what I just think. And it's just the video that they made about Elvis is that it was clear to me that this was planned to be made. It's for that. I really do like Tom Hanks playing as the Colonel, but I never see Tom Hanks play as a villain person basically in a movie. I never have seen that. I never have seen that because I think Tom Hanks did a really great job and stuff like that. But the one thing that the Colonel really disturbs me is that the way he talks and by what he's doing, the tube was very, very creepy. I am not lying. The tube is very, very creepy, very creepy. Not in a bad way, but just basically in a way, the way that he's talking, and that's what basically seems to be, and that's what basically seems because he always had this critique where he just want to go fishing and just like bam, there you go, you got a fish. Says Elvis Presley, he's gonna be the brightest star ever in history. So yeah, anyways, just to give this movie, I'm just gonna give it a 6 out of 10. That's basically what I think. I just don't think that the film wasn't really all that great. I think it really wasn't. It's just some of those similarities of different things that were portraying of Elvis, which I don't think it really was as if it really was true or not. I could, like I said, I could be right, I could be wrong. That's just basically my opinion. But that I just first just want to I just want to say that. So I mean, even though that's what it basically feels to me. So I don't know if you guys may agree with me on this, but I don't know. It just depends what you guys have to say. But so yeah. Anyways, like I said, I ask you guys just please be very respectful down in the comments as well. I love to hear what you guys have to say. And so yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's review. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me down in the comments below. But anyways, since I'm not I'll say yes, sir. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, and please hit the notification bell. So let me know you guys watch my videos, and please leave your comments below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you get a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember, just I love you guys. Please stay and remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.